Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Sporting Perspective. It is Super Bowl week, so yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got predictions to make, and it's been an exciting 2 weeks of announcements, I guess, in the NFL world. And we're going to get right into those before we talk about the Super Bowl, which everyone knows New England is playing Seattle in San Francisco tomorrow. Um, but let's just jump into some of the news cycle that has happened here in the past week in the NFL. Starting with the Hall of Fame, um, we got some names that obviously we like, and then obviously there has been a lot of chatter about Belichick and Kraft not getting in. But Larry did get in, Breeze got in, Keekly got in, Vinatieri got in. Um, there's one more I'm blanking on. Oh, Roger Craig got in too. Um, so, James, what was your takeaway from it? You know, anything you really jumped off the page for you?
Yeah, I mean, being an Arizona Cardinals fan, I mean, Larry's obviously the big name for that part of the country. Obviously, very well deserved. Depending who you talk to, the best wide receiver, probably below Jerry Rice. But I mean, there are some things he did where you you look at it and you're like, all right, other than Palmer and Warner, played with a lot of crap quarterbacks, and Jerry Rice, again, would probably be a Hall of Famer regardless, but he got to play with Montana and Young for most of his career. Um, Kuechly is interesting. I think he's definitely well deserved, but a dude that definitely retired out of the blue. That was kind of random. He's young. Makes sense though, as a linebacker wants to save that noggin of his, save that brain. Um, yeah, those are really the big ones. It's always fun seeing a kicker get voted into the Hall of Fame. Vinatieri's one of the legends, one of the greats. And then, I mean, other than that, the snubs, I guess, the big ones would be Belichick and Kraft, which I don't understand. But
Yeah.
I could go on and on about that, but I'm not going to. I don't get it. I don't understand how Belichick is not in the Hall of Fame and how. I mean, Kraft literally turned a Patriots franchise from one of the worst NFL programs into now a dominant powerhouse from basically the 2000s on.
Yeah. Uh, Pretty much everything you said, I was going to pretty much say. Yeah, the Kraft Belichick thing was surprising. I mean, it's pretty stupid. It pretty much sets the precedent going forward that no coach is going to get in on their first ballot. Um, you know,
Yeah, I mean, if Belichick can't, who is?
yeah, who is honestly? And Roger Kraft has done a hell of a job in New England, winning basically his whole time being an owner, and yeah, it's just stupid. The other one too that still surprises me, and doesn't get much praise or anything like that, but it should. How Frank Gore is not in yet is unbelievable. This has been multiple times he's been passed on, and hell of a running back. There's a few guys. Reggie Wayne keeps getting passed. There's a few that are like Eli Manning at this point. I'm kind of like, all right, he should get in. Um, yeah, there's just a couple that I'm like, this is a little weird.
So I'm gonna to put things into perspective, just running back real quick to Kraft. So the Patriots were founded in 1959. From 1959 till probably their first Super Bowl, they weren't really anything of a franchise. Kraft took over the team in 1994, and since then,
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of Super Bowls and dynasties, you immediately probably think of Patriots and then maybe the Chiefs of recent times. So it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I
And
mean,
yeah, Frank Gore, that's a weird one. The
yeah,
guy's already got a son in the league, or
yeah,
kind of.
kind of, yeah, back and forth. Yeah, but Patriots. I mean, it's a hell of a turnaround. I mean, it's been 35 years, I think, something like that at this point. That he's owned the team. Uh,
Less than that. Because
30
I'm 35. I was born in
Yeah, so,
90. So he's
so
90, 94. We'll say 32 years.
about 30 some years,
We'll say 30, a little over 30 years.
and I think what they've been to 11 or 12 Super Bowls in that time. So it's pretty good.
And won most of them.
And yeah, won at least half of them. Yeah, it's pretty good. Um, well, it's gonna be interesting. We'll push that to the side. We'll go to another award show. that I know I said we're going to talk about Stafford won the MVP. I just wanted to throw in there. I didn't watch the award show, but the award show that the NFL put on sounded like a complete joke. They need to kind of fix that. I heard the person that was announcing for JSN said his name wrong, which don't get me wrong, it's a hard name, but still not an. You got to learn your name. And then Mike Vrabel's name was spelled or was said wrong, which is wild. That people these are big names that should be
Right.
right. So they need to fix that. They need to definitely fix that. But there are big thing we're talking about here. Matt Stafford wins MVP. Are you cool with that?
Oh yeah. I mean, it. The MVP is taken from the season. Obviously, what Drake May has done to get to the Super Bowl hasn't been dominant compared to, even in a loss to the Seahawks, Stafford was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with how the Rams played consistently throughout the year, better competition, just because the Patriots were coming off a really bad season, so they were playing kind of shitty teams, as we talked about a lot in previous podcasts. They were kind of beating up the crap teams, but I mean, whatever you do to win, you have to win with what you're given with. And again, Drake May had a really good season, but Stafford, he deserved it, and it's kind of I don't know. To me, it's almost like a legacy MVP because that's his first one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think he's never won an MVP when you look at some of the seasons he's put up. But I mean, he was obviously in the era with Brady, Manning, Breeze, Mahomes. I mean, Allen, Lamar Jackson, guys who have kind of stolen MVPs from him. So I think it's definitely well deserved. And it was a nice touch for him to bring up his four daughters. I think when he was given the award. But yeah, I think he definitely deserved it over Drake May.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the big announcement we heard out of his speech is he's coming back next year. I know there's been speculation that maybe he would wrap it up, maybe he would be done, but he's going to run it back. And if he plays as well this year as he did, or plays as well as this year, the Rams are going to be just fine. And we've seen in the recent years that these quarterbacks that keep their bodies in good shape and healthy and everything like that. Age can really get pushed. We've seen it with Brady. We've now seen it with Rodgers. Stafford looks like he's in pretty good shape, and he's got a great coaching staff around him that is going to help him out. And I think one thing to add, I'm going to bridge here into the coaching search that we're talking about. Last night, Stafford is now gifted with a very great offensive coordinator. And Cliff Kingsbury, so it's going to be very interesting to see what they cook up in LA next year.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Probably have some more trick plays. I mean, Clint's got a lot to work with Adams and Puka Nakua, and yeah, it should be a fun offense to obviously continue on. I mean, Kyron Williams is a year older, should be a little better. Corum, I really like Corum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that team's got a lot of pieces. If they need to. I think Terrence Ferguson will take a big step next year. I think if he can turn into like a solid check down receiving tight end, I think that would be huge. Just because some of their other tight ends who've had good years in the past are kind of reaching that point of they're just getting older. And I think they drafted Terrence Ferguson from Oregon for a reason. So maybe he'll have a year two breakout like a lot of these tight ends tend to have.
Yeah. So we'll go from that to the end of the coaching search, the head coaching search, that is. 11 coaches were hired across the board. The last two that we have not talked about, Kubiak, Seattle's offensive coordinator, going to the Raiders, and then LaFleur, which was the Rams offensive coordinator, going to the Cardinals. I actually realized I think there was one other one that we hadn't brought up. Actually, I think there's two. Joe Brady sticks around in Buffalo. And then I forgot who the hell that Cleveland hired, but it's a bad hire.
I don't even know.
I'll leave it at that. It starts with an M, but whatever. That franchise is a complete dysfunction. I think those were the four we hadn't talked about. your reaction to each of them, or one of them, or whatever you want to go
I'll skip Cleveland since we don't even can't think of who it
with.
is.
Yeah,
But it's, I mean, even if it is a good hire, he's got a lot of work to do. I mean, I saw like a report that Shador is going to be back into a battle to try to win the starting quarterback job. So yeah, a lot needs to be done there. The Raiders are interesting just because they do have some pieces and Bowers and Genty and you would think Fernando Mendoza.
hmm
So Kubiak, uh, again, we'll see. It's always hard with these new coaches and some of the destinations they're brought to and the pieces that they have to try to work with. Joe Brady, I think, will be fine. I mean, he gets to take over like a solid Bills team. He can't really do what much worse, I think, than Sean McDermott. And you got Josh Allen. Every game's winnable when you have Josh Allen. And lastly, for our Cardinals, I honestly really have no idea what to think. Just because LaFleur didn't call the plays in LA. Now he will be calling plays, but we have nothing to go off of to see if he's any good. They also brought in Nathaniel Hackett to be the offensive coordinator, but he won't be calling plays. So again, the Cardinals are honestly probably the worst spot. Maybe Cleveland might be a little worse, but until the Cardinals have a quarterback, I mean, I don't even know what you do. Do you maybe re-sign Brissett, have it be a bridge year, and then go after a quarterback in that stacked draft class next year? I guess. I don't know. I mean, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and I would like to say Marvin Harrison Jr. are good building blocks, but I don't know. We'll see. LaFleur's got
Yeah.
a lot on his hands to figure out in Arizona.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals year, regardless, next year is going to be a bridge year. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but with a draft in 27, that historically might be one of the best for quarterbacks ever. Could have 7, realistic first rounders that are quarterbacks. It could be a let's just wait and see for a quarterback then. Cardinals are just in a hard situation. I feel like Vegas is actually the one with Kubiak coming down. I know that's a hard division, but they have a pretty bright future. A lot of young talent. I've been seeing Mendoza talk more and more over this past week. Really like the kid. I think he's going to be. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be great in the NFL, but I think he's definitely going to be serviceable, and he's going to be a good starting quarterback. Um, but they got a lot of young talent, and it sounds like Max Crosby might be on the way out, which they're going to get a haul, if they do trade him, which could really help out. Cleveland's a mess. And then Buffalo, I didn't like the hire. I don't like Joe Brady going right into the head coaching situation there. I feel like they've done everything wrong in the past month there in Buffalo. So, not too much of a big fan of that one. But
Yeah, how
yeah,
they handled it, they should have probably gone after someone better than just hiring him. But at this point, it's like, at least he's been there. He knows what they have. But yeah, I guess when I said it's fine to me, fine was more like it doesn't. It's not good. It's not bad. But like they definitely could have done better.
they could have definitely done better. They could have done something different. I think they kind of needed a little bit of a culture change, and I think a lot of things are going to just kind of stay the same. And in a division now that New England is win or lose tomorrow, they're back. They're going to be good for years to come. Miami's Miami, and the Jets are terrible. Um, their window. I know everyone talks about windows closing. Their window may be closed, which is wild. Like I've even heard the salary hit now on Allen's like 55 million, so they can't even really do much.
Jeez. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean they
so
need to
it's like
bring in. Their defense is fine. I think if they get a good defensive coordinator, I don't know if they're leaving the defensive coordinator they have or bring someone else in new. But like the defense actually picked it up a little bit towards the end of the season. In
yeah,
the playoffs, they weren't awful. Um, but they just need some weapons. Josh Allen has
yeah.
James Cook, and that's about it.
Yeah, and it's gonna get harder. I get next year. It's gonna be similar type NFL landscape, but as I mentioned in 27, you're going to get about 7 rookie quarterbacks that are potentially going to play right away. There's going to be 7 quarterbacks that are going to be on rookie deals where GMs are going to have all this free money with a great quarterback that's young. So it's a window for a lot of these old guys. It's closing real quick. So, and what we've seen this year, just this year, the final 4 teams, they all had quarterbacks under comfortable deals with a really good defense. All 4 of them in the final 4 had that exact same recipe, and I think that's something we're going to see going forward: is a quarterback that's young or under a really good deal and a great defense. So, with that said, let's jump into the Super Bowl. Seattle, New England. There's been a lot of chatter about it. I guess we'll just jump right on into it. Who do you have winning the game?
Yeah, I'm going to literally take exactly what you said. Who's got the better defense? Great defense. I think it's Seattle. Both quarterbacks are obviously under good deals. One's on a rookie contract. The other is Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking Sam Darnold. I mean, he has done nothing yet to make me think he can't win this game. I know a lot of people, a lot of the analysts are saying that he could have one of his duck games where he tosses like 3, 4 interceptions, start seeing ghosts like he did at the end of his Minnesota tenure, or with the Jets. But I think this is a different Sam Darnold. I mean, he was taken as the second quarterback in his draft class for a reason. It's just taken him a little longer to develop. I mean, he has shown me nothing this year that makes me think he can't win this game.
Yep.
I'm hoping for a good game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. And unless Seattle's defense just absolutely shuts down New England, but yeah, I still I'm giving the edge to Seattle. I just think Darnold has just been in more, whether it be good or bad situations. He's just seen a little more, you know, film. He's been on the field more than Drake May. Drake May being in his second year. I have to give the edge to Seattle, and I personally think, maybe other than Houston, I think Seattle has had the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty much the same way. I got 2 scenarios kind of playing in my head a lot. One is I think Seattle wins by quite a bit, kind of like a 29 to like 9 game, like a weird score getting thrown up there. But pretty dominant across the board. That Seattle defense is real. It's very good. I saw a stat earlier this week. They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in a year and a half. So
I
New
saw
England's
that. That's
not,
insane.
not it's just not, New England's not going to be able to really run the ball, which is something they've highly depended on. Drake May dropping back and throwing the ball 30 plus times is not a recipe for success on New England's side. I think the biggest thing that New England can do, which is, this goes contradictory to the running situation, is them holding the ball as much as possible, making it a shorter game, not a longer game, which is going to be hard for them to do. So maybe a lot of dump down passes, things that are just like quick screens. Maybe that's the way to do it. But I think New England's going to struggle to move the ball. I think Seattle dominates there. A lot of people though have recency bias, a recent memory of what's happened with New England. And if you look at the last 2 weeks, didn't look great in Denver, didn't look great against Houston on the offensive side of the ball. Granted, the one thing I will say, both of those were in horrible weather. So they haven't played in good weather in almost a month. Now they go to San Francisco. The weather's going to be beautiful. Maybe they're able to just open it up. That's my only my one belief that maybe New England has a chance. We've just seen too much of them in really bad weather recently, and they haven't been able to open up the playbook, and now they will. That's my only thought, that maybe they have much of a chance, and it's just we haven't seen them because you can't really throw in snow in a blizzard. So,
I'm
um,
gonna I'm gonna pose 2 questions to you. We can make these quick. I'll give you mine after I hear yours. Seattle. I'll first give Seattle, then I'll give New England. So, do you have an X factor for? Well, let's go New England first. If New England is to win the Super Bowl, is there an X factor for you on New England? Who is the X factor? I should say.
uh, I mean, it has to be getting those quick release passes out. So it would probably be someone like a Hunter Henry.
Okay.
Someone that's going to have to get off the line quick and make, a lot of. He's going to have to throw to someone quick, in my opinion, because the pass rush is going to come. So Hunter Henry probably is the guy on New England. For Seattle, I know it's kind of a cop out, but you know, a lot of a large percentage of Sam Darnold's balls go to um, JSN.
JSN.
But JSN's probably going to get shadowed by Christian Gonzalez, great corner. Um, Cooper Kupp's probably going to be the guy.
So my X factor for New England, I was thinking Hunter Henry. I'm actually going to go Travion Henderson. Maybe get some dump offs out of the backfield. He's
Mm,
just so dynamic. He's obviously way more dynamic than Ramondre Stevenson. See, I like Stevenson a lot, but
yeah,
he's kind of more of a ground and pound type of guy. Um, Henderson just seems like that guy. Like if he has a big game, I think New England can definitely win. And yeah, I mean technically, I guess I would go JSN too, just because like how can you not? The guy literally he's blanketed every week and he just goes off. I'm gonna go Rashid Shaheed. I just
yeah,
have a feeling something weird's gonna happen, whether it's a kick return, punt return, or he has just one of those like an end around for 50 yards or a you know 2 catches, 100 yards and a touchdown or something. I'm just gonna go Rashid Shaheed because he is super dynamic. They just don't seem to get the ball to him enough.
yeah,
But I think he makes a play for Seattle to win. I think Rashid Shaheed has just like a big play in the game.
yeah.
And then stemming off the X factor, New England wins. Who's your MVP? Seattle wins. Who's your MVP?
So Seattle, I'll actually go back and say JSN. I think even with Christian Gonzalez shading him, I think he has a big game. He's done it all playoffs. So JSN get a MVP on the Seattle side. Defensive side, I mean, sorry, on the New England side, it's a little bit more difficult. Probably just going to cop out and say if New England wins, it's probably because Drake May had a crazy game. That's probably the only way that New England wins.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I was gonna go. I'm actually just gonna go both quarterbacks. I just think that yeah, if New England wins, you'd think Drake May would have to have a pretty big game. I don't think there's a way where Drake May continues playing how he has been and New England wins. And then I'm gonna go. I'm mainly going Sam Darnold because I think it'd just be a fun
Yeah,
way to end the year and a fun story for him. He's got a ton of guys in his corner rooting for him all across the league.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I think that. I mean, I don't think Seattle, especially with only Kyle Walker and no Charbonnet. I mean, I don't think they're just going to run all over New England. And New England's got a pretty good defense of their own. So I also think, I mean, if Seattle wins, I think Darnold has a good game. So I'm again, maybe it's a cop out, but I mean, I'm going to go both quarterbacks.
I'll throw a fun one out there that might be worth a bet. That's probably going off at like 5,000 to one. Um, Probably don't bet it. I'm not like in love with it, but MVP Dexter Lawrence. He could have a bunch of sacks. The line for New England's not great, and if Drake May holds onto the ball, he could honestly create a couple fumbles. I mean, Drake May led the league in what fumbles this year. So
That'd be fun. Yeah, say he has like 3 sacks and a fumble for recovery for a touchdown or something like that'd be crazy.
yeah, I mean, it could happen in a bad game. And the last time, if I remember right, last time Seattle won a Super Bowl was obviously against Denver, and that game was a blowout. And if I remember right, Bobby Wagner was the Super Bowl MVP. So
And wasn't Malcolm Butler for New England? He was an MVP.
yep. So it can happen on the defensive side. So, but all right. Well, anything you want to add on before we stop Super Bowl talk here?
I don't think so. It's weird that football's coming to an end on Sunday. I mean,
Yeah.
it comes to an end, but then it immediately just goes right to the draft, which
Yeah.
is in like what 2.5 months or something.
Yeah. Not too far.
Um,
So and
so yeah,
obviously,
we might. I will say this: we might be taking a little bit of a hiatus. We'll
mm,
talk amongst ourselves about maybe what the next podcast could be, but stay on the lookout. Um, Obviously, I'm repping USA. Go watch the Olympics. They
Yep.
just started. But no, I don't think I have. I don't think I have much else. I mean, pitchers and catchers report this coming week after the Super Bowl, which is also insane. I think baseball's starting back up again, so there will be a little bit of a lull post football. But there are other things with the Olympics. I think being on that, that's a huge thing to for people to just transition into rather than have that post football depression.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just jump into it real quick. Olympics, that's all going on right now. You got the NBA, but I know we kind of skipped over the trade deadline, but I mean, I don't even know what to make of it at this point. So really,
NBA is a tough watch right now. I'm not
it's
other
not.
than watching the Suns. It's I don't know. I'm having a tough time tuning into random games. And yeah, the trade deadline was there was a lot of players that got moved. I was like, interesting. A lot of salary dumps. A lot of teams trying to get under the luxury tax. So
But just not that exciting. And then obviously college basketball, March Madness, Arizona off to a historic start. We'll be watching that obviously once we get into March.
oh yeah,
And
we'll see
it's
if my marriage is still in place come Monday. Kansas and Arizona play Monday night.
oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun one for you. Uh, and then obviously, as you said, baseball kicking in. World Baseball Classic, that will be a
Oh
thing.
yeah, I forgot all about that. That'll be a lot of fun.
So that will be kicking up in March. So yeah, quite a bit happening after the football season. It's going to be a busy few months. Obviously, football or not football, sports is it's a lot. So, but
And keep, I'll say this, I'm going to end on this. Keep sports fun. Enjoy watching sports. If you're one of the people DMing Nolan Arenado because he has played for Team USA and now he's going to go play for Puerto Rico, stop giving the guy crap. He has Puerto Rican heritage. He wants to go do that. That's fine. He's also an older guy, so
yeah,
to be honest, USA has better players than Nolan Arenado right now on their team. Stop giving the guy crap. Let him go
yeah,
do what he wants to do. Who cares?
yeah. All right. Well, on that note, enjoy Sunday. Hopefully, everyone wins a lot of money. I don't think I have anything else to say. So, all right. Till
Later.
whenever. Bye.